private and confidential. Your response is required before 31 July 2017. How to grow rich privately, independently, and substantially. I'm emailing you on behalf of South Africa's most successful private wealth management club, the South African Investor. Not heard of us before? We quietly focused our efforts on helping a very small group of members create a legacy of private wealth for themselves and their families. We do this in two ways. We help you towards ensuring the wealth you already have is secured and safe, no small task in the current economic climate of creeping inflation, unpredictable property market, ever-increasing stealth taxes, and a highly unpredictable stock market. We give you specific ideas aimed at accelerating your wealth building, often dramatically, as you will soon discover, with thoroughly researched investment opportunities. No one ever got ahead in life paying their returns straight back to commission-hungry financial advisors, pension providers, lazy accountants, and clueless bank managers. But you're certainly not going to do better than the next guy getting all your investment advice straight out of the mainstream media either. You already know these facts, and in our book, that makes you a perfect candidate to test run membership of our very special alliance. But please remember, you only have today to accept this invitation into a private wealth building club for our most valued subscribers. Several years ago, Bill Bonner, founder of Fleet Street Publications, had an idea. What if we combined our company's smartest financial minds to give a select group of subscribers who fit the profile an ongoing plan for amassing sizable wealth? It was an intriguing thought. Just imagine if you had a dream team of wealth building experts, each a specialist in their own field, using their experience and techniques to shape, mold, and expand every area of your finances. People like investment director Francois Joubert, South Africa's top small cap expert and accomplished property investment specialist. Rand Swiss Gary Boyson, who is wired into the very private South African broker and CEO network, thanks to his own private brokerage firm and his connections he has established as CNBC Africa host. And well-known South African economic and political analysts and outspoken commentators Chris Hart and Leon Lowe have an inside track on what is going on behind closed doors when it comes to ANC policy decisions and the future of the South African economy. All these experts and more are very good at what they do, but individually they only provide parts of the wealth building picture. So what if a small group of our most dedicated subscribers got access to this panel and more in just one service? And so our South African Investor Club was born, a truly alternative approach to making and protecting your money. In short, it's a chance for you to receive the kind of wealth protection and expansion secrets usually available only to the super rich investors. Without the millionaire price tag often attached to such potentially profitable insights, but again, it's a chance that won't be around for long. To control our numbers, we have strictly limited our intake of new members. Please understand, this isn't some marketing ploy. We prefer to focus our time and resources on delivering a high-quality service to the few who are selected, rather than constantly marketing to the masses. After this small intake, which closes at midnight, 31 July 2017, tonight, I'm sorry to say the door will be closed to you indefinitely. But first, let me tell you what lies at the heart of this little group you're being asked to join. As you'll see in a moment, equity investment is just one ingredient of this unique wealth management club. Nevertheless, you need to know our track record, just as you would if you were assessing an investment fund or unit trust. Over the past 17 years, the South African investor portfolios have achieved an average annual 28.14%. Even the most skeptical observers will admit these figures are an impressive accomplishment, comfortably beating the wider market. So why aren't we shouting our success from the rooftops? 3 reasons. Firstly, as a seasoned investor, you'll know past performance is not a guide to the future. One good year doesn't guarantee another. Realistic investing doesn't work that way. Secondly, privacy is a foundation upon which our club was built. It's certainly not in our members' interest to spread our secrets and financial strategies too widely. That's why you've probably never heard of us before and are unlikely to again. And thirdly, we don't overemphasize our stock portfolio success because, as I mentioned, shares are just one part of our protect and profit equation. As you will see, prudent estate planning, smart tax minimization, shrewd asset allocation, and special investment opportunities all play equal roles in this unique advisory. For instance, should you accept your nomination for a risk-free membership, we'll instantly set about protecting the wealth you have today. If the profile I have of you is correct, I suspect you're already on the way to creating a substantial pool of savings and assets. And if you're a serious wealth builder, you look after what's yours. Whether your investment capital is 50,000 Rand or 5 million Rand, take tax for instance. Why spend time and capital building a great pool of growing income generating investments and not set about protecting them from excessive taxation? First and foremost, as a member of our club, you'll be able to rest easy in the knowledge that you will never again pay 1 single cent more to the government than you absolutely have to. Our specialists seek out tax-efficient investment opportunities as well as legal tax-saving tips to ensure your assets and investments work as hard and effectively as you do. Why not consider the good old retirement product where the tax has been paid for you? As long as you invest with the right weightings, you stand in line to score handsomely. Okay, tax isn't glamorous and it won't make for a lively dinner party conversation. But just imagine if you could shave 5% to 10% each year of the amount of the overall tax you give straight to SARS. Think how many thousands of rands that could add to your estate in the long run. And even if you found an accountant who'd tell you these secrets, think how much you'd have to fork out in fees. That really is the whole point of this invitation. It's about getting hold of uncommon financial knowledge and using it. So you know your money is working a little harder and a little smarter for you than it is for the average Joe on the street. Of course, tax is just the beginning. You'll also learn about hedging your wealth against any eventuality. Hedging doesn't sound too exciting either, right? Don't worry about that. We'll get to the fun stuff in a moment. But be clear, if you only like to chase a 200%, 300% or 500% gain from every single investment you make, you should accept my apologies. We've made a mistake. Membership of our South African Investor Club is probably not for you. See, for every 3-figure boom investment in a thriving portfolio, there are a dozen unremarkable, secure, high-yielding holdings. That's why you should accept our risk-free membership. Our job will be to help you get the risk balance right, like putting pieces of a jigsaw together. For instance, you'll learn how to create a backbone to your wealth with solid high-yield shares. In a climate where interest rates are rising and the global economy is still vulnerable, generating a decent income from your investment is a real challenge. If you were already a club member, you would have access to at least 5 solid income-generating shares put forward by our panel of investment experts. These shares offer gross dividend yields ranging from 2.85% to 12.5%. Eliminate threats to your wealth in just a few simple moves. No investment is 100% safe, but there are measures you can take to reduce the major threats your capital faces every day. Inflation, currency erosion, and potential market downturns. For instance, our South African investor portfolio has long contained the best defensive stocks to retire rich. As a member of our club, wealth specialists will reveal the best defensive stocks and other defensive asset classes. Instantly spread your risk with pooled investments. Pooled investments like investment trusts, unit trusts, exchange-traded funds, and global funds may not be sexy, but they provide a diversification at a stroke and let you get invested in booming markets around the world without spending a cent outside South Africa. If you were a club member today, our fund specialists would have already shown you a select range of pooled funds, spreading your risk across a variety of markets and sectors around the globe. Are you beginning to recognize the true value of this invitation? Of course, as a member, you don't have to participate in each and every activity to profit. Like any effective wealth management system, asset allocation and protection needs to reflect your own unique circumstances and objectives. Every investor is different. That's why our club will arm you with the knowledge and confidence to make your own investment decisions based on the intelligence we bring you each month. Imagine how much sooner you'll achieve your financial goals with one single advisory helping you grow and protect every aspect of your wealth. And think what you'd normally have to pay back into a bloated, self-serving financial services sector to receive similar advice. In a moment, I'm going to reveal the annual membership fees we ask from our members. I'm confident you'll be very pleasantly surprised. I'll also outline how you can accept our risk-free membership for 3 months with a complete subscription refund promise, which you'll recognize as our normal satisfaction guarantee policy here at Fleet Street Publications. First though, let me outline a few more benefits you'll experience if you accept this invitation today. Retirement planning secrets to help you create a nest egg that will nourish you for life. Retirement annuities, also known as RAs, were introduced in 1960 as a way to encourage self-employed people to make provision for retirement. But people in employment can also use RAs, especially to benefit from the tax advantages. As our current tax system on retirement is not cut and dried, there are a number of ways you can reduce the tax you pay and save by cleverly incorporating a retirement annuity in your planning. Tax deductibility is a major benefit. On encashment, only a third of the capital amount counts as a lump sum, while the remainder is placed in an annuity or pension for a monthly pensionable salary. As the maximum tax deductible amount on the lump sum is now 350,000 Rand, you can make the encashment in such a way that you pay no tax on the lump sum amount. Who else is going to tell you about clever ways to get around retirement tax or the tax-free portion of your annuity? Let other people view their pension plan as a tedious necessity. With our help, your pension will be just another string in your wealth-building bow, working a little bit harder for you than it would for most, getting you that one step closer to complete financial independence for life. Turn your business into a money-making and saving machine. Ever notice how some small business owners and company directors seem to get away with the impossible? They pay themselves untaxed income. They purchase and drive expensive cars virtually tax-free. They get deductions for questionable expenses like holidays and entertainment. Of course, it depends on your own individual situation, but it's tips and tricks like this that experienced trust experts will pass on to you regularly, like how to protect your personal and, most importantly, your business assets from creditors through a trust, how to give assets to children without paying donations tax, how to minimize your estate duty tax liability, different ways to paying estate duty, how to save executors' fees of 3.99%, how capital gains tax works and how to pay it on assets sold as a result of death, how to structure your financial and estate planning, how to manage your current trust, and much more. If you're a business owner, you'll find membership to our club absolutely essential. How much money could you make and save in 2017 and beyond with these important friends at your side? Of course, space prevents me from mentioning every contributor to our South African Investor Club on top of the areas mentioned so far. Executive Director and co-founder of the Free Market Foundation, Leon Lowe, shares his thought-provoking views on the political and economic landscape in South Africa. Our Global Investment Director, Alexander Green, will be one of your investing specialists, outlining some exciting strategies for beating the market. Dan Denning, author of The Bull Hunter and an Asian and Eastern market specialist, will reveal investment opportunities across the global markets. These international members and many others form part of our international advisory panel and will occasionally make a guest appearance in your monthly advisory. Put simply, it's everything FSP Invest has to offer in one powerful wealth building advisory. If you already enjoy and profit from our research, this should be one of the easiest decisions you ever make. But it's something you can only be a part of if you take action today. Unless I receive a word that you'd like to accept your nomination to join this club, by 31 July 2017, the window of opportunity will close, and I cannot guarantee it will ever open to you again. I firmly believe that should you accept this limited invitation, you'll find our club an invaluable partner to your financial success. But of course, you'll never know for sure unless you experience the benefits of membership firsthand. So let's cut to the chase. What's the deal here? I said this was no ordinary letter and that you're no ordinary subscriber. So I'm not going to insult your intelligence or waste your time by beating around the bush. As someone we've singled out for club membership, you can join the club for just 1,200 Rand per year or 100 Rand per month. That's 20% discount on yearly dues of 1,500 Rand, no more. I urge you to ask yourself, even if you could obtain such comprehensive, high-level insight from independent financial advisors, estate agents, accountants, stockbrokers, small business advisors, pension planners, fund managers, and the like, which is highly unlikely, just how much money would they demand each year in consultancy bills, management fees, dealing charges, commissions, and more? A ballpark figure would be 750 Rand to 2,500 Rand per hour, even more for more specialized guidance. I can tell you from experience that any financial advisor with a track record of investment recommendations like ours, assuming one, they exist, and two, they take on clients with less than 500,000 Rand to invest, could command many thousands of rands for his or her services. I know our 1,200 Rand membership fee is extremely low in comparison, but that was our reason for starting the club in the first place, to offer our most loyal Fleet Street publication subscribers a quality, private, cut price alternative to conventional wealth management. And I almost forgot to mention one more powerful benefit of our membership: regular invitations to our members only meetings. Creating contacts, useful contacts, can be just as important to your wealth building as receiving profitable insights, which is why, should you join as a member, you'll be invited to attend our next members meeting. These are held exclusively for members of our South African Investor Club twice a year. This is your chance to meet like-minded members, soak up ideas over a glass of wine with club contributors, and learn about the latest insider wealth building strategies from invited experts. Our next members meeting is just around the corner, and do remember, should you wish to RSVP today, this is a no obligation, risk-free membership. As always, should you decide our club is not for you during your 2 months trial membership, we'll refund this amount in full. That's our promise to you. We're able to make it with confidence because we know very few members ever elect to surrender their membership. Because, as you've seen in this letter, our all-inclusive approach to wealth building, where we combine balanced investments from all ends of the risk spectrum and put every measure in place to protect those investments, can produce significant stores of wealth very effectively indeed. So why not let us prove it to you? Accepting your risk-free membership is easy. I urge you to click on the button below and RSVP today. As soon as we receive your risk-free membership certificate, we'll rush you your first monthly communique packed with potential wealth building and asset protecting ideas reserved for club members only. Really, at just 1,200 Rand in the first year or 100 Rand per month with a full money back satisfaction promise, can you afford not to accept this very special invitation? If you understand that real wealth doesn't come to those who sit on their hands and do nothing, that you actually have to do something with your assets, savings, and investments today to achieve financial independence tomorrow, then I've written to the right person. I urge you to take action and RSVP today.